If you hold faith in God, declare Amen. A divine word has been issued, and heaven is taking immediate action. Archangel Michael is sending out a more urgent warning than ever. This time is incredibly important, as your spirit is close to a discovery that will transform everything. This is not just a symbolic message or a metaphor. It is a genuine crisis in the spiritual world. What was concealed is now being brought into the open. The truth has been withheld from you for a sufficient duration. The plots that enmeshed you were more sinister than you knew, and the individual responsible was someone you would never have thought to suspect. But God is now removing the barrier to your sight, and Michael declares, exercise caution. It is an urgent situation because the identity of the person wishing you harm is now known. Heaven is aware of her name. Hell is aware of her objective. And now, it's your turn to know, because God will not let you remain unaware any longer. You've spent too much time near betrayal disguised as devotion. You've offered smiles for too long to someone who is secretly speaking ill of you. And now the ultimate warning is here. Finally, God is revealing this woman. Acknowledge this now before it becomes too late. You've sensed it, correct? That deep internal stress, that feeling that something was not right. You instructed yourself to disregard it. You persuaded yourself it was merely excessive thinking. But that wasn't true. It was your divine inner knowing. Your spirit has been resonating with cautionary signals for weeks, perhaps even months. You observed the indicators, the abrupt periods of quiet, the indirect remarks, the insincere encouragement. You perceived an incorrectness in her spiritual presence, but your heart was unwilling to accept it. You were overly loyal, excessively kind, and too ready to forgive. But heaven is not mistaken. Heaven keeps accounts. Heaven has observed the late evening discussions where your reputation was distorted. Heaven has witnessed the ceremonies, the focused purposes, and the deceitful tactics. And Archangel Michael is now issuing an order. Do not overlook this. Be vigilant, be fully conscious. This concerns your life. This concerns your purpose. And this woman's aim was to destroy it secretly. But that ends now. Her name is now highlighted, and her unveiling has started. A spiritual conflict is developing all around you. It is more severe than anything you conceived, and the core of it is the assault on your very being. Because if your adversary can make you doubt your identity, you will never unleash your inherent power. That was her task, to make you uncertain, to divert your attention, to entwine herself with your spiritual gifts and imitate your radiance, until you could not distinguish authenticity from imitation. That spiritual anointing overcomes oppression, and yours is too potent to remain tricked indefinitely. That is why God permitted the intensity to increase. That is the reason your dreams grew more ominous. That is why your ability to sleep has been disrupted. That is why particular individuals have been distancing themselves, because the spirit of reality is approaching, and it cannot exist alongside falsehoods. Archangel Michael has taken out his sword. The angels designated to protect you have been battling ceaselessly. You are not forsaken. You are not by yourself, but you are being summoned to pay close attention, because this is not a time for unawareness. This is a time for divine watchfulness. And now the name needs to be said aloud. This is not merely so you can create distance, but so you can ultimately recover from what she inflicted upon you. Yes, her name is connected to your suffering. Yes, she was in close proximity. She acted with clear intent. She carefully observed your vulnerabilities. She was aware of your history. She exploited your suffering to gain entry to your tranquility. But now heaven declares an end to it. What she orchestrated in secrecy will be brought into the open. You petitioned God to reveal who supported you and who opposed you. And now that response is coming with the force of thunder. But realize that this revelation is not solely about her. It is about liberating you because you have been trapped in repeating patterns of self-uncertainty and bewilderment that were never meant for you. You took her negative views as your own. You accepted the falsehood. You found justifications for her recurring behaviors. You mistook her desire for control as genuine care. But now your spirit is reawakening. Now you are recalling your true self. You are not inadequate. You are not overly sensitive. You are not just imagining events. You possess prophetic insight. You are spiritually perceptive. And the feelings you had were indeed real. Heaven has sent distinct understanding into your life. You are moving into a period of sacred affirmation. The matters discussed privately behind shut doors will now be revealed to you openly. People will start to share what they have been privy to. Past conversations will resurface. Phone communications will uncover what you were never aware of. Screenshots, written messages, dreams and divine signals are all coming together. You will be taken aback by the information you discover. But do not become alarmed. This is divine retribution. This is divine kindness. This is the compassion of a God who does not wish for you to take another step deceived by illusion. At last, God is making this woman known, and the moment this happens is not by chance. The exposure is occurring now because your forthcoming blessing necessitates your freedom. You cannot receive a divine legacy while connected to individuals who secretly wish you ill. You cannot experience miracles while tied to deceitful control. The restraints are being removed at this moment. This is not because you are in difficulty, but because you are prepared. You have developed, you have progressed, you have attained a degree of spiritual development that now allows you to face the truth. And the truth is that she was never genuinely supportive of you. She felt envy. She was driven by rivalry. She observed your every action, not with respect but with resentment, and she attempted to replicate you. She analyzed your manner of speaking. She copied your behaviors. She took your concepts as her own. But she could not replicate your unique spiritual essence, and that is what infuriated her. Because regardless of how much she imitated, she could never reproduce your unique divine mark. She attempted to undermine your reputation. She tried to appear more brilliant than you, but your inner light cannot be copied. And now heaven is shifting the focus onto her, and she can no longer remain hidden. The upcoming 72 hours will bring much to light. Observe carefully. Be attentive. You will start to notice things that previously escaped your attention. You'll see patterns, changes in energy, compliments that hide criticism, and unusual coincidences. Do not disregard these indicators. This is your spiritual guidance. The urgent alert has been dispatched. The archangels are forming a protective circle around you, and your path is being divinely guided. However, you must be receptive. You must comply. You must distance yourself from harmful influences, even if they feel comfortable. This is especially true if they are familiar, because the adversary does not employ unfamiliar individuals. He utilizes those who are nearest to your affections. This is your chance for liberation. You are being freed from the hold of a deceptive connection, and though it might be painful, it is a sacred process. The tears you shed are holy. The act of separating is divinely approved because it is preparing you for your advancement. Opportunities you have prayed for are about to materialize. But God will not permit you to bring betrayal into your blessings. That is the reason the exposure needed to happen first. That is why the name had to come to light. That is the reason Archangel Michael stated, "Be cautious, it's an emergency." This woman had too much insight into your life. She was privy to your private thoughts. She listened to your aspirations. She analyzed your vulnerabilities. And she used this knowledge to distort how other people perceived you. You were being unfairly portrayed behind your back while you defended her publicly. But now the situation is reversing, and you will not need to justify yourself. The truth will resonate more powerfully than any falsehood ever did. The disguises will be removed. Those who manipulate will be ensnared by their own schemes. And you will emerge untarnished, justified and liberated. Heaven is pleased with you. You did not grow resentful. You did not resort to unfair tactics. You maintained a gentle heart. You remained understanding. You showed mercy where others might have chosen retaliation. And due to that, God declares, "Now I will champion your cause. Now I will reveal what you could not. Now I will demonstrate what you were never intended to bear by yourself." You are entering one of the most significant transitions in your life. The spiritual struggle you face is a testament to the importance of what you possess, and the revelation of this person confirms your advancement in spiritual standing. Yes, this is a spiritual matter. Yes, this is prophetic. Yes, your name is recognized in heaven and inspires fear in hell. That is why the attacks have felt so personal. That is why the betrayal originated from someone you had confidence in, but no longer. The period of silent anguish is finished. The period of uncertainty is finished. You will no longer have to guess who is genuine. You will be certain. And you will detach without feeling blameworthy because God is your defender. Heaven understands your true nature. And the angels are already making your way clear. Finally, God is bringing this woman's actions to light. Her name is now public. Her harmful mission is over. Any negative spiritual influence is nullified. Her power is gone, and your spirit is being renewed. Everything that was taken is being given back. All that was concealed is now coming into view. You will find peace again. You will regain your ability to trust. You will overcome this setback, but this time, you will be in the company of the right people. Be calm now. Allow this message to deeply resonate with you. This is not a coincidence. This is your pivotal moment. This is your way out. This is your salvation, and it is a sacred event. Archangel Michael advises, be very careful at this moment. This is not an ordinary day. This is not a typical hour. Something is occurring in the spiritual realm that demands your focused attention. Heaven is sending an urgent message specifically for you. You were not meant to encounter this message by chance. This event was divinely planned, arranged with a precision only God could achieve. You are receiving a warning, but not to cause you fear. You are being given information because heaven will not allow you to remain uninformed any longer. The identity of the individual who has been scheming against you, speaking ill in secret and feigning kindness while harboring ill intentions, is now being revealed. The name is about to be made known. The disguise is coming off. Open your heart at this time, because this is your opportunity to be liberated from every falsehood, every deceitful plan, and every darkness masquerading as light. God says, do not be afraid. Absolutely nothing will go amiss for you. Even as you absorb this message, angels are all around you. Archangel Michael has brandished his sword, not for attack, but for your protection. You are enveloped by a heavenly shield. Unseen forces have been attempting to affect you, injure you, divert you, and impede your life's mission. But their opportunity has passed. The real situation is emerging, and you need to be ready to accept it. You must be emotionally and spiritually anchored in me, declares the Lord, because what I am about to reveal may cause some initial pain, but it will lead to your complete healing. The individual you previously relied on, the one you believed genuinely cared for your well-being, was actually sent to throw you off course. They presented a friendly face while secretly harboring envy. They observed your successes and desired to obstruct it. They monitored your actions, not to offer support but to undermine you. Now pay close attention. The name represents more than just a collection of letters. It signifies a spirit, an influence that has been working covertly. Some among you already have a deep sense of who this individual is. You have experienced a sense of unease when near them. You have observed that your inner calm vanishes in their presence. Your intuition has been trying to alert you, but today God is making it unmistakably clear, because this is an urgent matter. You cannot afford to ignore this any longer. This individual has been attempting to intrude into areas of your life they should never have had access to. They have posed questions that appeared harmless, but were intended to extract information. They have subtly introduced uncertainty. They have caused you to question your own value. They have depleted your vitality. They have engineered setbacks. Some of them even manipulated other people against you. But God is dismantling their power. Now this is more than just a caution. This is a moment of divine unveiling. The barrier is being removed.
and along with it the insincere connections, the counterfeit friendships, and the misplaced loyalty you have shown to someone undeserving. Archangel Michael declares that you are being rescued from the snare. At this very moment, the schemes devised against you are falling apart. Every secret conversation about you is being divinely intercepted. Every harmful plan being conceived is being nullified by God's intervention. You are now in a divine place of judgment. The facts are being clearly presented. Heaven stands as your confirmation. Heaven is your protector. Heaven is your ultimate decider. And the decision has already been made. You are without fault. You are safeguarded. You are being set free. You have a very short time to react with belief. Do not give in to panic. Do not succumb to fear. God assures you, be confident. Nothing harmful will happen to you. Although the enemy came near, they did not achieve victory. Though their scheme was intricate, my plan is superior. Though they attempted to hinder you, I am about to propel you forward. I will transform what was intended to injure you into the very catalyst for your advancement. This act of treachery will become your significant progress. This revelation will be your means of escape. You are not by yourself. You were never by yourself. I was present when they told falsehood. I was present when they spoke with venomous kindness. I was present when they mistook your compassion for vulnerability. And now I intervene for your sake. I will reveal to them your divine affiliation. I will demonstrate the consequences when someone attempts to harm what I have consecrated. You are my offspring. You are protected by my name. You embody my presence, and no harmful force directed at you will achieve its goal. Not a single one. It might have taken shape. It might have seemed menacing, but it will not prevail. It will not establish itself. I am extracting you before it can develop further. There is no longer any time for indecision. You recognize in your very core who this individual is. I have provided you with indicators. I have instilled a sense of discomfort in your spirit. Each time they communicated, you perceived it, but were hesitant to accept it as true. You wish to offer them the courtesy of assuming good intentions, but that period has concluded. This is not an occasion for wavering. This is an occasion for disassociation. You must detach yourself from their sphere of influence, regardless of whether they weep, or if they express remorse, or even if they implore. I perceive what you are unable to. I observe their discussions when you are not present. I perceive their true feelings when you are not attentive. I am aware of their hidden motive, and I instruct you now to move away from them. You do not require a resolution from them. You require safeguarding. I am your resolution. Archangel Michael has been combating this influence for you over several months. He has acted as a shield between you and numerous hidden assaults. By now you should have been overcome. You should have been driven to distraction. You should have been ensnared in perplexity and failure, but you were not, because heaven has been actively intervening on your behalf. Because your ultimate purpose is too significant to be obstructed by another's envy, because your divine calling is too resonant to be muted by a deceitful whisperer, because your life's mission is impervious to harm, and now your moment has arrived. You are ascended, but you cannot ascend if you are burdened by hindrances. This individual is such a hindrance. You must sever that connection. God says, have faith in me. Simply have faith in me. This will cause a brief discomfort, but it will liberate you permanently. The identity of this person is becoming clear in your heart. You are already aware of who it is, the feelings of unease, the tears, the moments of doubt. These were all my attempts to communicate with you. You noticed the shift in atmosphere when they entered the vicinity. You felt your self-assurance waver when they were close by. That is not genuine affection. That is manipulation. That is an attempt to control. That is hidden spiritual conflict. But I am dispelling that illusion now. I'm clearing away the confusion. You will perceive them accurately from this point forward. And do not be afraid of any reprisal. Do not worry about negative reactions. Heaven is vigilantly protecting you. Archangel Michael is preventing any harm from approaching you. He has established an unseen shield around you. Every harmful attack will fail. Every malicious word will revert to the one who spoke it. Every negative wish will transform into a positive outcome for you. You are not exposed. You are unbeatable through me. Simply maintain your faith. Simply continue to pray. Simply remain near to me. I will guide you to a place of security. I will guide you to a triumphant outcome. The distress you are experiencing now is evidence that you possess a feeling heart, but the tranquility that is approaching will be evidence that I am overseeing everything. You will experience restful sleep once more. You will regain your ability to trust. You will overcome this adversity again, but not with the same individuals around you, not within the same social group. I am transforming all aspects of your life because the place you are headed is a place they cannot reach. Their actions are too compromised. Their hearts are too filled with negativity. Their reasons are excessively self-centered. You have been selected for a more elevated purpose. You might need to proceed by yourself for a brief period, but you will not experience solitude. I will accompany you. My divine presence will be your support. My angels will serve as your protectors. The truth is now being illuminated, and every concealed matter is coming to light. You will discern who is truly for you, and who is against you. You will no longer need to speculate. You will no longer question your own judgment. I am enhancing your ability to discern wisely. I am removing the veil that obscured your vision. What once caused you confusion will now be perfectly clear. What previously deceived you will now be fully revealed. You are awakening to the reality of the situation, and this understanding will set you free. This specific moment is divinely orchestrated. This communication is more than just mere words. It serves as a means to unlock your future. Employ it to move forward into your next phase. Employ it to firmly end the chapter of betrayal. Employ it to embrace your own strength. You are protected now. You are secure at this moment. Heaven has taken charge of your situation. Archangel Michael is on guard. Observe, I, the Lord your God, am bestowing a sense of peace upon you. No more suffering, no more unease, no more dread of their potential actions. They have already been defeated. Their schemes collapsed at the very instant they were conceived. You possess divine protection. Nothing can halt the positive developments I am about to bring into your life. So take a deep breath, release your worries, move away from the peril, bid farewell. Even if it causes pain, recovery will arrive swiftly. Happiness will return unexpectedly, and when that happens, you will reflect on this time and acknowledge, that was the day heaven rescued me. That was the day everything took a turn for the better, because now you are aware that the identity has been made known. The deception has concluded. The truth has emerged, and it is the truth that I utilize to reconstruct your life.